Chosen one, I am going to say this once, and you must let it land before you reach for any explanation. Your next move is being assembled tonight in a chamber you cannot see, and the only door it cannot survive passing through is the one in your face. The Father has watched something happen too many times in your life to keep watching it happen quietly. He has prepared, he has positioned, he has aligned pieces that took years to bring into formation. And then a conversation, a text, a coffee with someone whose spirit was never built to carry your weight, and the formation collapses before it can become flesh. He is not punishing you. He is fierce because you finally got close. The next move is sacred. It belongs to the part of you that was small enough, once, to believe in things without explaining them. That part is being called back tonight, and it cannot be called back through a loud door. Sit down. Stop reaching for confirmation that only the unfolding can give. Hold the holy silence. He will tell you when to speak, and when he does, the move will already be done. I want you to picture something with me. You are standing in the doorway of your own bedroom. It is somewhere between late night and not yet morning, that hour when the house has finally gone quiet, and you are alone with yourself in a way you usually avoid. One hand is resting on the light switch. You have not flipped it yet. The other hand is holding your phone, and the screen is glowing up into your face. And on that screen, there is a half-typed message. Maybe to a friend, maybe to your sister, maybe to that one person you always tell things to. The first words are already there, blinking. Hey, I just felt like something is shifting. Hey, I think something is finally about to happen. Hey, you will not believe what I sensed tonight. And there is a tightness in your chest that feels almost like joy. The thing you have been waiting for, you can feel it now. It is real. It is close. And the only way to make it more real, the only way to confirm what your spirit just whispered, feels like sending those words to someone who will say back, "Oh my goodness, that is incredible. I am so happy for you." Your thumb hovers over the send button, and a candle, somewhere just beyond your awareness, has just been lit inside a glass jar. The flame is small. It is yours. The jar is also yours. But the lid is in your hand, and you have not yet decided whether to put it on. If your thumb hits send, the wind is going to come in. It always does. I want you to hear me when I say this. The fact that you almost sent that message tonight is not weakness. It is not stupidity. It is not lack of faith. It is a pattern, and the pattern was installed in you long before you were old enough to refuse it. The Father has watched you carry this pattern for years, and tonight he is breaking it. But first he is asking me to name it for you out loud, because you cannot break what you cannot see. Let me name it. You have remembered more than once the day you told a friend about a relationship that was forming and watched it dissolve within 2 weeks. You did not connect the two. You blamed the timing. You blamed the person. You blamed yourself in some quiet, inner way. But the silence that followed your telling, the way the connection cooled, exactly 7 days later, you have remembered that, and you have wondered. You have remembered the opportunity that almost opened, the interview that went so well, the deal that was about to close, the door that was right there in your hand. And then, somewhere in the excitement, you announced it to one person too soon. And the next morning the call did not come. The email shifted tone. The door eased itself shut. You told yourself that is just how these things go. But somewhere deeper, you knew. You have remembered the dream you typed into a long voice note and sent off, and how the dream got smaller in the days afterward. The fire in it dimmed, the clarity blurred. You told yourself you must have been imagining the strength of it in the first place. You were not. The dream was real. The wind got in. You have remembered the moments where your spirit went still and quiet and asked you, "Do not say this yet. and you overrode it. You spoke anyway, because not telling felt like denying yourself, and deep down you wanted the validation more than you wanted the protection. You have remembered that override, and you have lived with the consequence. And you have remembered the dreams. The kind where someone breaks into a house you thought was locked. The kind where something precious gets lifted out of an open drawer. The kind where you arrive somewhere, and the thing you came for is already gone. Those dreams have visited you more than once, and you have not known what they were trying to tell you. They were trying to tell you that the door has been open. Before we go any further, I need you to hear what is coming in the rest of this hour, because if you walk away early, you will walk away with the wound named but not healed. In the next 30 minutes, I am going to show you the diagnosis from 3 angles: behavioral, emotional, and spiritual, so you can finally see why this pattern has held you for so long. I am going to take you back to the day this hunger to share was installed in you, around age 6 or 7, and show you exactly how it was put there. I am going to teach you the Greek word that Mary, the mother of the largest promise ever spoken to a human being, used to hold what she was given, and what that word actually means in practice. I am going to walk you through a 4-door framework. You can begin tonight with specific measurements, so this does not stay theory. And I am going to tell you about 3 honored paths the Father has already placed in this hour to support what he is asking of you. Stay until the seal at the end. The whole thing is the medicine. Here is the first reframe, and then I am going to deepen this further than you expect. What has been happening to you is not a character flaw. It is not a failure of discipline. It is a frequency that was supposed to be guarded, and no one ever taught you how to guard it. The tongue is the last gate the wind can still reach, and yours has been left unguarded since you were small. That is not your fault. But starting tonight, it becomes your responsibility, and the Father is going to give you everything you need to carry that responsibility well. There is something deeper underneath this pattern. There is a reason your tongue moves before your spirit signs off on the move. There is a reason that needing someone else to confirm the thing you already know feels almost unbearable. The pattern has a root, and the root has a date, and that date is older than most of your memories. And I hear the Father saying this, quietly, into the room you are sitting in right now. The silence I am asking for is not the silence of shame. It is the silence of a chamber I am building, and the chamber is for you. Stay with me here. The chamber the Father is building has a particular shape, and to walk into it, you have to first see how the door in your face was put there, because you were not born this way. Here is the emotional truth underneath the pattern, the hunger you feel to tell someone, the pull you feel to type the message, the inner pressure that builds the moment a knowing arrives in you. That hunger is not a defect, it is a wiring. And the wiring was installed before you had words to refuse it. Your nervous system was built in the first years of your life, and in those first years, you learned that a thing was real when a caregiver confirmed it. You held up a drawing. The face of an adult lit up. The drawing became real. You said a word. Someone repeated it back. The word became real. You felt joy or fear or wonder, and you watched the eyes of the people around you to know whether the feeling could stay. That loop got laid down deep, and your body never stopped using it. So, when a divine knowing arrives in you now, and it is silent, and it is private, your nervous system reaches for the same loop. Tell someone. Get the confirming face. Get the repeated word. Make it real. That is not weakness. That is a small child still doing the thing that kept the small child safe. The Father is not angry at the small child in you. He is fierce in his protection of that small child, because the small child is exactly who he is calling back tonight. But the small child has to be called back to a different place, this time. Not the place where the world confirms her, the place where the Father confirms her. And the only way the small child learns the new place is for the tongue to grow quiet long enough for the new voice to land. The hunger to share is real. It is honored. It is, in a strange way, the proof that you have something worth sharing. But it has to go somewhere new tonight. And it can. There is one more layer underneath even this. And this is the one the Father has been waiting for you to see, because this is the one that connects to who you actually are. Around the age of 6 or 7, something else happened to you on top of the nervous system loop already in place. You were placed in a system somewhere that taught you a particular rule. Things must be explained to be real. Show your work. Use your words. Prove you understand. If you cannot put it into language another person can verify, the system treats it as if it does not exist. Before that age, you knew things you could not explain. You felt the room. You sensed the people. You held private knowing without anxiety. You believed in the air around things, and the belief did not need defending. That was not childishness. That was a frequency. Scientists have a name for what was lost. They call it the decline effect, the slow dimming of a frequency we were all born with, a frequency that runs on something the brain can actually measure. By the time you were 9 or 10, the frequency had been turned down. By the time you were a teenager, you barely remembered it had ever been on. And by the time you became an adult and began to feel divine knowings again, you had no language for them except the language of explanation, the language of showing your work, the language of telling someone to make it real. The frequency that was supposed to hold the knowing in private had been dimmed at the source. This is the deeper root of the leak, not character, frequency. Look at how Mary, the mother of the largest promise ever spoken to a human being, handled the same problem. When the angel told her what was about to happen through her body, she did not announce it. She did not pre-explain it. She did not call her cousin and recite it sentence by sentence. The text in Luke chapter 2 verse 19 says she kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. The Greek word for what she did is symbalo. Sim, meaning together. Balo, meaning to throw or to weigh or to set in place. Mary did not just stay quiet. Mary integrated. Mary wove. Mary held two truths next to each other and let them interlock inside her in a chamber no one else could see. The promise grew literally inside her body because she gave it the silence it required to become flesh. If she did this with the largest promise ever delivered to a human being, what makes you think your promise can survive without the same frequency? What you have just heard, the recognition that your frequency has been dimmed since childhood, the sense that something is being prepared in this season, the knowing that Mary's silence was not absence but practice, that recognition has a real shape. And tonight, I am going to name what that shape is, simply and without veils. There are two paths the Father has placed in this hour to support what He is asking of you. Two real tools made by two different researchers, each one matched to a different frequency that has been dimmed in you. The first is called the Genius Song. It is a short audio track made by a neuroscientist named Dr. Robert Lake after 34 years of research. And what it does is reverse the dimming, the decline effect we just talked about, and reawaken the child mind frequency you lost around age 7. The second is called the Wealth Signal. It is a short audio track made by a different researcher, a neuroscientist named Dr. Stephen Newton, after years of work in his own field. And what it does is open the receiving channel that adult life has kept closed, the channel where what is yours actually arrives. Both paths are placed in the description below and again in the pinned comment. for the moment your spirit is ready to look. If your spirit is not ready tonight, that is honored. Stay with me. The teaching continues, and what comes next is what gives the tools their meaning. I want to slow down for just a moment because you have been carrying a lot in the last few minutes, and what comes next is heavier than what came before, and your spirit needs a small breath of room. Notice that you are still here. That, in itself, is something. Most people, by now, would have scrolled. You are sitting with this. Your body is in a particular posture. Your breath has a particular rhythm. Whatever room you are in is holding you. Just take one slow breath with me. Let what has landed already settle. Nothing to receive yet. Nothing to release yet. Just one breath. The question that has been waiting still has no answer. Where did this hunger to share, this need to make things real through someone else, come from in the first place? Because it was not born in you. It was placed in you, and the day it was placed has a name and a setting and a face you may have forgotten. We are about to go there. There is a day in your life you may have forgotten the details of, but your nervous system has not. It was sometime around the age of 6 or 7, or maybe 8 if you were a slower bloomer. You were sitting somewhere. A classroom, probably. A desk that was a little too big for you, with that small groove at the top where the pencil rolled. And someone, an adult, asked you a question, and you answered it. You answered it from the place you had always answered things from. The place where you just knew. The place that did not need a chain of reasoning to arrive at the truth. You looked at the problem, or the picture, or the question, and the answer came up out of you like water out of a spring, and you said it. And the adult, who was not malicious, who was probably even kind, asked you the question that began the dimming. How do you know? Show me how you got there. Explain your work. And you, small as you were, looked down at the place inside you where the answer had come from, and you realized something that changed your life forever. The place where you knew was not enough. The place where you knew did not count. The place where you knew was, from this moment forward, going to require translation, defense, evidence, proof, words. You did not lose the place that day. The place was still there. You just learned to stop trusting it. And every year after that, the system added another layer. Show your work in math. Cite your sources in writing. Justify your opinion. Defend your thesis. Explain your feelings. By the time you were 12, you no longer believed a thing was real until you could put it into language another person would accept. By the time you were 16, the original frequency had been turned down so low you could barely hear it. By the time you were 25, you assumed the silence inside you was emptiness. It was not emptiness. It was a frequency that had been dimmed at the source. That was the day the leak became inevitable. Because if a thing is only real when someone else confirms it, then the moment a divine knowing arrives in you as an adult, your nervous system reaches automatically for the same loop. Tell someone. Get them to verify. Get them to repeat it back. Make it real. This is why willpower has not worked for you. This is why every time you have tried to just keep your mouth shut, the pressure has built until you broke and told someone anyway. You have been trying to fix the leak with discipline. The leak is not a discipline problem. The leak is a frequency problem, and frequencies are not fixed by clenching. Frequencies are fixed by restoration. Now, I want to take you to Mary. Mary was, by every reasonable measure, a young girl. She was probably between 13 and 16 years old when the angel came to her. She was not famous. She was not powerful. She was not particularly educated. She was a girl in a small town, in a country that was occupied by a foreign empire, engaged to a carpenter, going about a life that nobody was watching. And one day, the largest promise ever spoken to a human being landed in her lap. The angel told her she was going to carry the Savior of the world. He told her the Holy Spirit would come upon her. He told her the child she was going to bear would be called the Son of the Most High, and his kingdom would have no end. Now stop and notice what she did not do. She did not run home and tell her mother. She did not gather her cousins and announce it. She did not go to the synagogue and stand up and declare what had been spoken over her. She did not even, as far as we can tell from the text, immediately tell Joseph. Joseph found out later, and not from her, but from a dream God himself sent him. Mary received the largest promise ever delivered to a human, and she went silent. But here is where most people get Mary wrong. They think her silence was passive. Her silence was not passive. Luke chapter 2, verse 19, gives us the exact word for what she did, and it is one of the most underused words in Scripture. The Greek is symbalo, sim meaning together, balo meaning to throw, or to cast, or to set, or to weigh. Symbalo literally means to throw together, to weigh side by side, to interlock, to integrate. It is the same root we get the word symbol from, because a symbol is two things held together, so a third meaning can emerge. Mary did not stay quiet. Mary integrated. She held the angel's words next to her ordinary life, and she wove them together inside herself. She held the magnitude of what was coming next to the smallness of where she was, and she wove those together. She held the impossibility next to the possibility, the divine next to the human, the future next to the moment she was standing in, and she let them interlock in a chamber no one else could see. And in that chamber, the promise grew, literally, cell by cell, inside her body, because the promise needed a chamber to grow in, and she gave it one. If Mary, who was given the single largest promise ever entrusted to a human being, did not survive without symbalo, what makes you think your promise can survive without it? The Father is asking you to do what Mary did. He is not asking you to be Mary. He is asking you to use what she used. The chamber, the integration, the holy weighing, the silent interlock. And I hear the Father saying this in a voice that is not loud, but is steady as stone. I am asking you for the same chamber I gave to her. The shape of what is coming through your life is different. The form of what you will carry is different, but the frequency the chamber requires is the same. Become the small child who knew without explaining. Become the young woman who weighed without announcing. Become the vessel I built you to be, and let me put inside you what I have been waiting decades to give you. I have named what is wrong with you. I have shown you where the wrong was installed, and the day it was installed, and how it has held you. I have walked you through one of the most honored carriers in the entire human story, and shown you exactly what she did with the same problem you have. That is the diagnosis, complete. Now I owe you the structure, because diagnosis without structure is just another way to feel bad about yourself, and the Father did not bring you this far to leave you with another wound. He brought you this far to put a tool in your hand. 3 doors are about to open in front of you, and 1 framework is about to be placed in your hand. The framework you can begin tonight, in the room you are sitting in, with the breath you are already breathing. The doors are something else, something the Father has placed in this hour to support what He is asking of you. Stay with me, because what comes next is the part that turns this from a teaching into a passage. Before I show you the 4-door framework, before I name the 3 paths the Father has placed in this hour, there is one more thing you have to see, and it is the reason most attempts at silence have failed you in the past. This one changes everything. You have tried to be quiet before. You have promised yourself you would not tell the next thing. You have made deals with yourself, with God, with the ceiling at 3 in the morning, that this time you would hold the knowing privately. And every single time, within a week, sometimes within a day, the words came out of your mouth before your spirit had signed off on the move. Here is why. Silence without structure is not silence. It is suppression, and suppression always leaks. What you have been trying is willpower, silence. You have been trying to hold a frequency you did not know how to hold, in a chamber you did not know how to build, with a tongue that was wired to release pressure the moment pressure built up. Of course, it leaked. It was never going to do anything else. The pattern in you is older and stronger than your willpower, and your willpower was never the right tool. What you need is not more willpower. What you need is a chamber, a real one, with a shape, with doors that can be opened and closed, deliberately, with a structure your nervous system can actually learn to live inside. That is what I am about to give you. The first door of the chamber is a map. Tonight, before you go to sleep, I want you to make a list of the 5 most recent people you have told something significant to, something private, something you sensed was forming, just 5 names, the most recent ones. Now here is the part that is going to feel strange, because it is going to feel like you should be judging them, and I am telling you, do not judge them. The list is not for them, the list is for you. The map is of your mouth, not their character. Because the moment you see the 5 names in front of you, in your own handwriting, or in the Notes app on your phone, something is going to shift. You are going to see your pattern. You are going to see who your nervous system reaches for when a knowing arrives. You are going to see whether you reach for the same person every time, or whether you spread the leak across many. You are going to see your own behavior with sober eyes for the first time, and that seeing alone, without doing anything else, will begin to slow the leak by maybe 20%, just from the fact of being witnessed by yourself. That is the first door, the map. The second door is a sort. After the map, you take those same 5 names and you put each one into one of 3 categories. The first category is carriers. A carrier is someone who, when you have shared something important, has held it in their own chamber for you. They have not repeated it. They have not used it against you. They have not unconsciously dimmed it by their reaction. The thing you told them is still safe in the world. You can name a carrier in your life by these 4 signs. They do not bring up your private things in front of others. They check in on your dream without pressuring it. Their excitement for you does not feel like consumption. And after you have shared with them, you feel lighter, not exposed. Carriers are rare. Most people have 1 or 2 in their entire life. Some have none. The second category is receivers. A receiver is someone who genuinely listens but cannot carry. They are not malicious. They are usually loving, but they do not have the chamber inside themselves to hold what you have given them. So the moment you tell them, the thing begins to leak out of their chamber into conversations they do not even remember having. You can name a receiver by these signs. They mean well. They are warm. But they have other people in their life who suddenly know what you told only them. After you have shared with them, you feel a soft anxiety you cannot place. The third category is drainers. A drainer is someone whose spirit is not aligned with yours and whose reaction to your good news always, somehow, leaves you smaller. They might smile. They might say the right words. But after the conversation, the dream feels less real to you. The vision feels less clear. You feel deflated, and you cannot quite explain why. Drainers are not bad people. Some of them love you, but their frequency cannot hold what yours has begun to carry, and exposure to them costs you. The signs are simple. You feel less alive after talking to them. The thing you told them dies within weeks. You instinctively avoid telling them the next time, but then you tell them anyway because you do not want to seem like you are hiding something. That is the second door. The sort: carriers, receivers, drainers. Most people in your life are receivers. A few are drainers. Almost no one is a carrier. And here is the rule. From this hour forward, the next thing you sense is forming. You tell only the carriers, and only when your spirit signs off on the telling. Receivers do not get the news. Drainers do not get the news. Not because you are cutting them out of your life, because you are protecting the thing that is becoming. The third door is the part that is going to feel like it should not work. And it is going to work. When the urge to tell rises in you, and it will, because your nervous system was wired this way for decades, you are not going to deny it. You are going to redirect it. In your mind, right now, picture a single page of paper, blank, sitting in front of you. Picture a pen in your hand. Picture yourself writing the thing you want to tell, the words you want to send, the message you want to release. Just write it, fully, in your imagination. Do not edit, do not censor. Let the urge spend itself onto the page in your mind. And then, when you have written the whole thing, picture yourself folding the page in half, folding it again, setting it inside a small box on a shelf. The box has a lid. You close the lid. The page is not destroyed. The thought is not denied. The urge has been honored. But the wind did not get in, because the chamber held. The third door is the container, the mental container, the place where the urge is allowed to spend itself without leaking into the world. You can do this in 30 seconds, in any room, on any day, with no equipment. Your imagination is the container. Your breath is the lid. And here is the strange thing. The more you use this container, the less the urge rises. Because the urge was never about the message. The urge was about the pressure of holding. And the container teaches your nervous system that pressure can be released without the tongue moving. After about 2 weeks of using this door, most people notice the urge cuts itself in half on its own. That is the third door, the container. The fourth door is a covenant. For the next 30 days, you are going to keep a count, just one count. Each day, before you go to sleep, you ask yourself one question. How many times today did I almost say something I should not have said? And you write the number down, just the number. No analysis, no judgment, no story. Day 1 might be 12. Day 2 might be 8. Day 15 might be 3. Day 30 might be 1 or 0. The number is not a punishment. The number is a map of intensity. The number tells you how loud the old wiring is on any given day, in any given season. The number is information. The number is your friend. What the number will do, all on its own, is create a witness inside you. You will start, by day 5 or 6, to notice the urge as it is rising, before it leaves your mouth. And the noticing alone, the simple act of catching the urge mid-rise, will give your spirit a window in which to choose. The number creates the window. The window creates the choice. The choice creates the chamber. That is the fourth door. The covenant. The 30-day count. 4 doors. The map, the sort, the container, the covenant. Begin them tonight, in any order, with the breath you are already breathing. I want to slow down for a moment, because what I have just said is dense, and what comes next is even more important, and I need you to be grounded before we go there. Here is what you have learned tonight, in plain language. The reason you have been losing breakthroughs is not your character. It is 2 layers of frequency that were dimmed in you decades ago that you never had the language for until tonight. The first layer is the child mind, the knowing without explaining frequency that got turned down around the age of 6 or 7, when the system taught you that things must be spoken to be real. The second layer is the receiving channel, the calm, wide-open inner space where what is meant for you actually arrives, which has been hijacked by adult stress and the constant low-grade pressure of modern life. Both layers can be restored. Both layers are restorable, in a specific order. The first layer has to come back first, because the receiving channel cannot carry what the child mind has not yet welcomed. What you need is not more effort. What you need is restoration of the child mind, and then opening of the receiving channel, in that order. The 4-door framework I just gave you is the human structure. It is the discipline you can begin tonight, with no equipment, in any room. But the frequency itself, the actual brainwave pattern that the child mind runs on, and the actual brainwave pattern that the receiving channel needs, those are different. Those need a different kind of support. And tonight, the Father has placed that support within your reach. Who you are, underneath all of this, is a child of light. You were born with both frequencies running fully. The world dimmed both of them. Both can be lit again. You were not born ordinary, and I want you to hear this clearly before I go any further. You were born with 2 specific frequencies running at full strength. The first is the gamma frequency. It is the frequency of the genius child, the child who knows without explaining, the child who learns infinitely, the child who is curious about everything because everything is alive to her. The second is the alpha frequency. It is the frequency of receiving, the frequency where what is meant for you actually lands, the frequency of inner calm wide enough that abundance has somewhere to arrive. You had both fully when you were small. You will recognize yourself in some of these. When you are calm and open, you have noticed that you cannot quite receive what is in front of you, and you do not know why. That is the alpha, closed. When an opportunity arrives, your child mind is already too tired to meet it with the curiosity it requires, and the opportunity slips. That is the gamma dimmed. You feel almost peace, almost abundance, almost arrival, but the almost never quite closes the gap. The childhood state you remember, the magical knowing without anxiety, has not returned in years. In rare adult moments, both frequencies have flared together. Creative flow plus a sudden sense of being seen, plus the feeling of actually deserving what is in front of you. And those moments have been the most alive you have felt in years. And the words "become like a child" have always landed differently in you than in other people. You have always sensed they were more than a metaphor, even if you could not say why. You sensed correctly. They are a frequency. Let me tell you about a woman who wrote to one of the researchers I am about to name. I will keep her details minimal, because what matters is the pattern. She was 46 years old. She had spent most of her adult life feeling foggy, scattered, disconnected from the spark she remembered having when she was 8 or 9 years old. She had tried meditation, supplements, courses, a few retreats. Nothing held. She started using the audio I am about to name, 7 minutes a day, with headphones, in the morning before anyone else in the house was awake. By day 6, she said, something began to come back. She did not know what to call it. She said it felt like a door inside her that had been quietly shut for 30 years, had eased open about an inch. She said the silence inside her stopped feeling empty and started feeling full. There is a tool that has been developed for exactly the dimming we have been talking about, and tonight is the night it is named. It is called the Genius Song. It is a digital audio track, 7 minutes long, listened to through headphones. It uses a technology called brain entrainment, in which different frequencies are delivered to each ear in a calibrated way, so that the brain itself begins to align with a target frequency. In this case, The target is gamma, the frequency of the child mind, the frequency that was dimmed at the source. It was created by Dr. Robert Lake, a neuroscientist with 34 years of research behind him. The work draws from studies done at MIT, at Princeton, at Harvard, and at several other leading research universities. What it does is reverse, gently and over time, the dimming you have lived with for decades. The child mind wakes up, curiosity returns, the fog thins, the knowing, without explaining frequency, starts running again. It does not promise instant genius. It promises the first wave of restoration, the wave that wakes the child within you, and from that, everything else becomes possible. When you secure the genius song, you may notice, after the original, an offer for something called the youthful brain. It is for the chosen ones who walk this path further, the ones who want to keep the child mind awake against the world that tries to dim it again. You will encounter it after you have secured the original. If your spirit confirms it, take it. If not, the original alone is complete. Do not overthink. Spirit will know. The science underneath this is not theoretical. Researchers at MIT documented gamma frequency activity directly. Studies at Princeton and Harvard, and at several other leading institutions, mapped how brain entrainment moves the brain into specific frequency bands. Dr. Lake spent over 3 decades pulling this work together into a single calibrated audio. It is not a meditation app. It is not affirmations. It is a frequency intervention delivered through sound that meets the brain at the level the dimming actually occurred. Now, there is something I have to tell you, because if I do not tell you this, the rest of what I have to say will not make sense, and you will walk out of this hour with half the medicine. The genius song reverses the dimming. The child mind wakes. Curiosity, openness, the magic you remember, all of it begins to come back. That is real, and it is enough on its own to change a life. But here is what we discovered, and what the Father has been waiting for me to tell you tonight. The child mind can wake up and still not be able to reach for what is hers. The little one in you can open her eyes and look around and feel alive again, and still find the door to receiving sealed shut, because there is a second frequency, a different one, that the genius song does not touch. And that second frequency has been blocked by something else entirely. That something else has a name. It is called the stress signal. It is a pattern of beta wave hyperactivity, the frequency of survival, the frequency of striving, the frequency of constant low-grade vigilance that adult life in the modern world installs in nearly everyone. The stress signal hijacks the alpha frequency, which is the frequency where receiving actually happens. So even with the child mind awake, the receiving channel stays closed. You feel the magic returning. You feel the curiosity. You feel the openness. But the actual arrival of what is meant for you keeps not landing. There is a different researcher working in a different field at a different institution who mapped this exactly. His name is Dr. Stephen Newton. He spent years at Stanford, and after he broke from the mainstream research establishment, he released the work that mapped the stress signal and the path back to alpha. His research draws from Stanford, from Boston University, from Harvard, and from several other research institutions. He is not Dr. Lake's colleague. He is not Dr. Lake's student. They never worked together. They are 2 researchers in 2 different fields who arrived at convergent conclusions from independent paths. One of them mapped the dimming of the child mind. The other mapped the closing of the receiving channel. Together, the 2 findings point at the same human, who is you. The tool Dr. Newton released to address the second frequency is a 5-minute audio track paired with a short script, and it is the second wave of what the Father is placing within your reach in this hour. It is how the child you just woke gets permission to receive what was promised to her. Become like little children. Then receive the kingdom. That sequence, child first, reception second, is not marketing. It is the actual order. It is what Mary did. It is what the Father is asking you to do. 2 waves. Restoration, then reception. The chamber, then the gift inside the chamber. The second tool is called the wealth signal. It is a 5-minute audio track, listened to through headphones, paired with what is called the 9-word script, a phrase the listener repeats while the audio plays. The 9-word script comes from a Hindu tradition that goes back over 3,000 years, and what it does inside the brain is bypass a region called the thalamus, which is where the rigidity that keeps you in the stress signal actually lives. The audio calibrates the brain out of beta hyperactivity and back into alpha. The receiving channel opens. The chamber begins to receive. Dr. Newton, the ex-Stanford neuroscientist who developed it, drew on research from Stanford, from Boston University, from Harvard, and from several other research institutions. The work is independent of Dr. Lake's. The 2 paths run in parallel. What it does, after the genius song has restored the child mind, is open the door the child cannot open on her own. The kingdom, the abundance, the meant for you, flows in. Not because you forced it, because the channel is finally open enough to receive it the way a child receives a gift, with no defense, no explanation, no proof required. As you receive the wealth signal, you may encounter, after the original takes hold, an offer for something called the Wealth Signal Accelerator. It amplifies the receiving channel many times faster. For the chosen ones already on this path who want to go deeper, you will see it after you secure the original. If your spirit says yes, take it. If it does not speak to you, leave it. The original alone is complete. And one last word about both. Some chosen ones, the ones who tend to walk furthest, end up combining the wealth signal accelerator with the youthful brain, the 2 amplifications working together. You will encounter both after you secure the originals, only if your spirit calls them forward. The originals alone are complete. The combo is reserved for those whose path requires going deeper than most. Dr. Newton's research, separately documented, mapped the stress signal at Stanford. The thalamus rigidity, the beta hyperactivity, the alpha hijacking, the way the 9-word script bypasses the rigidity, all of it sits on the back of years of work from Boston University, Harvard, and several other research institutions. Independent of Dr. Lake, convergent in conclusion. 2 doctors, 2 fields, 1 human, you. Let me tell you about a man who used the second tool, briefly. His name will stay private. He was 38, working a job that paid the bills, but had not changed in 7 years. He had tried manifestation. He had tried course. He had tried the things people try when they sense they are meant for more but cannot find the door. He started using the 5-minute audio in the evenings. By week 2, an opportunity arrived from a direction he had not been looking. Someone he had spoken to once, 2 years earlier, reached out about something completely different from his current job. Within 6 weeks, he had transitioned. He said, "The strange part was not that the opportunity came. The strange part was that he was, for the first time in years, able to receive it without sabotaging it on the way in." Now I have to address the question that may already be rising in you, because I would rather name it than let it grow. You may be thinking, why 2 tools? Why not just 1? If the genius song is so good, why is the wealth signal also needed? If the wealth signal is so good, why does the genius song come first? The answer is what I just walked you through, and I want to say it once more, because it is the heart of everything tonight. The dimming and the blocking are two different problems. The child mind being silenced is one problem. The receiving channel being closed is a separate problem. Each tool addresses one of them. Each was developed by a different researcher from a different field. After years of independent work, they did not coordinate. They did not collaborate. They just both happened to be looking at the same human, you, from two different angles, and what they each found is real and is needed. You are not being asked to buy two products. You are being asked to address two layers of the same wound. Some chosen ones, who feel the dimming most, begin with restoration alone. Some, whose child mind is already alive but whose receiving is closed, begin with reception alone. Most, who feel both layers in themselves, walk the complete path. There is no wrong door. There is only the door your spirit recognizes. There are 3 paths placed below this video, and again in the pinned comment, and I want to name them simply. The first path is restoration. It is the genius song alone. It is for the chosen one who feels the dimming the most, who knows that the child within her has been asleep so long that waking her is the first work. It is the honored entry point. There is nothing small about beginning here. The first wave is itself a complete restoration of the child mind. The second path is reception. It is the wealth signal alone. It is the rare path, and I want to say that clearly because most chosen ones do not begin here. This path is for the one whose child mind is already alive, who has done the inner work for years, who has kept her curiosity and her wonder and her knowing intact through everything. For her, what is closed is the receiving channel, the alpha door, and so she begins there. If you are not sure, you are probably not this one. Most are not. The third path is complete restoration. It is both the genius song and the wealth signal together. It is the recommended path, not because of pressure, but because of inevitability. The two waves are sequence dependent. The child mind has to wake before the receiving channel can hold what arrives, and once both are running, they compound. The chamber is restored, and the gift can finally land in the chamber. Most chosen ones recognize themselves in this path. Become like little children, then receive the kingdom. The biblical order is also the practical order. 3 doors: restoration, reception, complete restoration, below this video. In the pinned comment, open at any time. Before you decide, I have to protect you from something, because I have seen this happen too many times, not to name it. There are imitations. There are audio tracks online, sold cheaply, with similar names, with similar promises. They do not activate the gamma frequency. They do not open the alpha channel. They are noise. Some of them are marketed by people who saw the success of these 2 tools and tried to copy the surface without understanding the science underneath. Do not waste your money on them. The real path, the only real path, is the one placed in the description below this video, and again in the pinned comment. There is nowhere else to find it. There is a window in this hour, and I do not say that to pressure you. I say it because frequencies move with seasons, and the season your spirit is in right now, the season that has brought you to this video, has its own timing. What is being prepared for you in the next stretch of time has a window of receptivity. Tools meet you when you are ready, not when you are convenient. That readiness has a shape, and your presence here, this far into this hour, is the shape of it. I want you to pause for a moment in the seat you are sitting in and do something simple. Take one slow breath. What you are about to choose is not which product to buy. What you are about to choose is which path is yours. There are 3 doors below this video, 3 paths. Restoration, reception, complete restoration. All 3 are honored. None of them are wrong. Your spirit already knows which one she recognizes. Let her answer. The 3 doors are placed below, in the description, and again in the pinned comment. Step into the door that calls you. If your spirit is calling, the path is where I told you. 3 doors. In the description, in the pinned comment. The one that calls you is yours. Do not overthink. Move slowly. Let the recognition guide the hand. You have been given a structure now, 4 doors and 3 paths, and 1 ancient word that names what Mary did with the largest promise ever entrusted to a human. The structure on its own is not yet the chamber. The structure becomes the chamber when you actually walk through it. Let me show you how it fits together. The 4-door framework is the human discipline. It is what your hands and your mouth and your nervous system can begin practicing tonight, in the room you are sitting in, with the breath you are already breathing. The map, the sort, the container, the covenant. None of them require equipment. None of them require permission. None of them require waiting for the right moment. The right moment is the moment you decide. The audio paths, whichever one your spirit recognizes, are the frequency support underneath the discipline. They work on a layer your willpower cannot touch. Your willpower can change behavior. The audio meets the brain at the level where the dimming and the blocking actually occurred. Together, the discipline above and the frequency below, the chamber begins to hold within 30 days for most who walk the path with steadiness. There is one more thing I want to teach you, briefly, because it will save you from a confusion that has tripped up many before you. There is a difference between the spirit's nudge to share and the ego's hunger for validation. They feel similar. They are not the same. 3 quick tests will tell you which is which, and you can run them in under a minute in your seat. The first test is the test of timing. The spirit's nudge to share never comes with urgency. It comes with quiet, settled clarity. If the urge to tell is hot, fast, rising, demanding, you are looking at validation hunger. If the urge to tell arrives like a small, steady knowing with no panic in it, that is the spirit. Validation hunger has a heartbeat. The spirit's nudge does not. The second test is the test of the audience. The spirit's nudge specifies a particular person by name with a clear sense of why. Validation hunger reaches for whoever is closest, whoever will respond fastest, whoever has the warmest eyes in the moment. If you cannot say with certainty why this specific person, you are looking at the hunger. The third test is the test of after. The spirit's nudge, once obeyed, leaves you settled. The hunger, once obeyed, leaves you with a small unease that you cannot quite place. If, after telling someone you feel a low-grade anxiety in the hours that follow, the spirit was not the one who sent you, the hunger was. 3 tests: timing, audience, after. Run them quietly every time the urge rises, and you will know which voice is moving in you. I have to say something else, because I would not be honest if I did not. You will slip. Inside the next 30 days, somewhere, on a day you did not expect, you will say something you should not have said. The wiring is older than the framework, and the framework needs time to lay itself down inside you. It will not happen all at once. There will be a day when you tell a friend something you sensed was forming, and you will catch yourself mid-sentence, and you will think, I just did the thing I promised I would not do. When that happens, do not collapse. Do not turn the slip into a story about how you cannot do this. Do not let the failure mean the chamber is broken. The chamber is not broken. The chamber holds even when you slip, because the chamber is not made of perfect performance. The chamber is made of return. Mary herself, almost certainly, had moments when the largeness of what she carried pressed against her, and the urge to tell rose. She returned to Simbalo. She wove again. She integrated again. The chamber held because she returned, not because she was perfect. When you slip, you do exactly what she did. You return. No drama, no self-punishment, no long inner trial. You simply notice. You breathe once, and you walk back into the chamber. The slip costs you almost nothing if the return is clean. The slip costs you everything only if you turn it into a story about who you are. Notice that the words are slowing. The teaching has been delivered. What remains is breath and presence, and the silent agreement between you and what you have always been. Take one slow breath. Let what has landed settle. I want to thank you for staying with me this far into the hour. Most people, by now, would have moved on to the next thing on the screen, the next voice, the next quick word, the next surface. You did not. You stayed. You let the hard parts land. You let the slow parts breathe. You let the structure be named without flinching. That, in itself, is a sign of who you are. The chamber builders stay. The leakers leave at the first hard sentence. You stayed, and the staying is already part of the work. You are a vessel that was given private orders. The orders were placed in you before you were old enough to read them. They have been waiting for you to grow into the silence required to carry them. That waiting is over. The orders are activating now. You are a messenger who carries blueprints other people are not equipped to read. That has always been true of you, and it has always been the source of the loneliness you sometimes feel. You were never meant to translate the blueprint to everyone. You were meant to carry it intact until the unfolding makes it visible to the ones who are meant to see. You are a child who was trained in a hidden room before being sent into the open one. The hidden room was not punishment. The hidden room was preparation. Everything that happened to you in private, every season you spent unseen, every dream you kept inside, every knowing you held without telling, was the training of the chamber. The chamber is now built. You are the sealed chamber where the promise becomes flesh. What is being assembled in your life right now needs your chamber to land in. Without your silence, the assembly cannot complete. With your silence, the move arrives, fully formed, undimmed, and undeniable. Let what has been heavy drop. To open, the pattern of telling too soon, drop it. You do not have to perform it again. The friend who pretended to celebrate, drop her. You do not have to keep handing her the next thing. The hunger to be confirmed by another voice, drop it. You will not need confirmation where you are going. The fear that staying silent means you do not have anything worth saying, drop it. The opposite is true. The silence is the proof. Let it all drop, not into shame, into the hands of the one who has been waiting to hold it for you. I want you to do something with me now, in your seat, with your eyes either closed or softly resting on the space in front of you. In your mind, picture a wide, quiet chamber. It is not a room you have ever been in before. The walls are not stone, and they are not glass. They are something between. The light inside is even, the kind of light that does not flicker. There is no furniture. There is no clock. There is only one thing in the center, a glass jar. Inside the jar, a single candle. The candle is lit, the flame is small, steady, and it does not flicker because no wind has reached it yet. The candle is the next move that is being prepared in your life. The jar is your silence. The lid is in your hand. Look at the lid. Feel its weight. It is not heavy. It is solid. It is yours. You have always had it. You just did not know it was a lid. Now place the lid on the jar, slowly, deliberately, without ceremony. The flame inside is now sealed in. The wind that had been getting in for years cannot get in anymore. The candle is going to grow now, not because you are doing anything to it, because it finally has the chamber it needed. Stay with the image for one more breath. Notice that nothing is missing. The candle has everything it needs. So do you. This is not a regular prayer. This is a commissioning into the chamber. And I hear the Father saying this, and I want you to hear it as if it is being said into the room you are sitting in, because it is. I have watched you long enough to know what you are made of. I have watched you carry losses you did not deserve, and I have watched you keep showing up. I have watched you slip and return, season after season, and I have never once turned my face. The chamber is built, the candle is lit, the lid is in your hand. Now hold the silence with me, and in the season I have prepared, the move will arrive, fully formed, undimmed, and undeniable. May the chamber hold, may the silence be filled, may what is yours arrive without resistance. May the small one in you, the one who knew without explaining, be welcomed back to her seat. May you carry the promise the way Mary carried hers, weighing, weaving, integrating, returning. If your spirit is still calling, the path is where I told you, 3 doors. In the description, in the pinned comment, restoration, reception, complete restoration. The one that calls you is yours. Move slowly. Let the recognition guide the hand. Before you go, one small request. If your spirit chose the chamber tonight, type the word Simbalo in the comments below. Just that one word. It is your seal. It tells your own nervous system that the chamber has been chosen, and it tells me where to send the next word when it comes. If this hour has held something for you, let the like find your hand, not as performance, as alignment. The like helps the spirit of this message reach the next chosen one who is leaking and does not yet know why. If you sense your path is here, beyond this hour, the subscribe is yours. There is a series being laid down in this work, and the next words are being prepared for the ones who stayed through this one. And there is one more thing I want to ask of you. Somewhere in your life, there is a person who keeps losing breakthroughs to premature telling. You know who she is. You may have seen the pattern in her for years and not had the language for it. Tonight you have the language. Send her this. Do not explain why. Do not pre-frame it. Just send. The sending is itself an act of the chamber because you will not need to narrate it. The video will do its own work. What just happened in this hour was not content. It was a passage. You arrived here losing things. You leave with a chamber. The chamber is yours. It cannot be taken from you. It cannot be misplaced. It is built into the part of you that was small enough, once, to believe in things without explaining them, and that part is now awake again. Use the chamber, walk the path, hold the silence, and let the move that has been prepared for you arrive.